Thumbnail. Okay, thumbnail. Okay, sorry. A girl's gotta have options. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Cher, and can you believe there are only 2 more episodes left of Black Lightning? It's so weird to be like coming full circle. The show's been on for a little bit over 3 months, I want to say, and it has been such an exciting time because, like, I don't know, I just feel like the show is just so fun and interesting and really cool that it just makes everything feel like it's going really fast, and it's not. It's been on for a while and I have been really enjoying myself, so I hope you guys have too. Now let's get straight into the video. I really just want to know why Black Lightning lied to us. They said that Grace and Anissa were gonna be like the main romance of the show. Grace was literally in like 2 or 3 episodes and then we never saw her again, so I don't know how I feel about that, but that's just something that's been on my mind for a little bit. So in this episode of Black Lightning, Jefferson got arrested and it was blasphemy. So basically these cops come into the school, super aggressive during the day. They're going through his car. Everyone's watching. Literally all of the students are watching. Then we have like the teachers watching when they're going through his stuff in his desk, and they say that he's been selling green light, and they found green light in his car, and he's like, okay, whatever, that's not true, it's not mine. And then they find some more in his desk and they have him arrested. They take him out of the school. They're showing off the police brutality, and we see how much his students care for him because they're like, you're not taking Mr. Pierce, like, you're not taking him. And even though he talks them down and he's like, no, you have to let them take me, you know, we have to do what's right, and so on and so forth. It was such a nice sentiment to see, like, how much his students do care for him and they don't want anything bad to happen to him. And I just love that, like, how much they care, because this man cares about his students more than anything. He cares about them like they're all his children, they're all his babies. And to see them like reciprocate that and be like, yeah, this is like a very important person to us. We don't want you to take him away. So I just thought that was really sweet. And while we're doing all of the scenes where he is going through this, going to jail, they show off how the police still continuously attack him even after he's been arrested. He gets punched in the gut. He gets like thrown up against walls. He's handcuffed very roughly. They're talking smack, calling people cuz and all that stuff. And it's just like, it's just really unnecessary, but it's something that needs to be seen because this is obviously something that the Black community talks about a lot. Police brutality and being attacked by police when it's completely unnecessary. And we've seen it throughout the season, and I really hope that it makes people uncomfortable because it is a problem, and it is a problem that is currently being addressed and constantly being addressed. As long as Black Lightning continues to put scenes like that in its show, it's going to completely be addressed in more ways than one, because we talk about it on The View, we talk about it in the show, we talk about it on this show, and we're talking about it on Black Lightning. And the more we talk about it, the more likely it is to stop. So just as a community thing, I think that is one thing that they're doing amazing, and I want them to keep doing it for as long as police brutality is an issue. Peter is still trying to get back in good graces with the Jefferson Pierce family. So when he's arrested, he and Anissa start working together because she's never really left his side after the whole debacle. So they have a conversation and they're trying to figure out how to make it look like Black Lightning is out in the streets and that Jefferson is not Black Lightning, because Jefferson is in jail. So he obviously can't like break out and be Black Lightning for a few minutes and then like get back to jail. Like, it's not going to work like that. So they're like, how do we figure this out? How are we going to be able to set this up to make it seem like he's not, like, that Jefferson is not Black Lightning? So what they do is they create a hologram that's connected to Jennifer so that they can show it off where it looks like Black Lightning is right next to her running through the streets, and they're causing a lot of attention and creating havoc. And they have like a self-driving truck, excuse me, that's driving through the streets that they're supposed to be catching the bad guy in. And I just thought it was so interesting. I love when they can bring the superhero aspect to it, bring science, and then also bring in like the realistic parts of it. So all of it seemed incredibly realistic and so livid, and it was so cool. And one thing I really love about Black Lightning is what they do on the show is that they will show people like in the news castings where they like get like other people's perspectives, and like you'll see some people be like, hey yo, Black Lightning, he was so cool, man, he was running through these streets and it was crazy, bro. And then you'll have like other people later on in the show like, I heard Jefferson Pierce makes his students call him Black Jesus. And we've talked about Black Jesus a lot on this channel and on HB Gibson's channel as well. Make sure you're checking out my Black Lightning twins videos because his are flawless, so make sure you check his out. I'm gonna try to leave a link below. I've never done that before and I don't know why. So I will put links to his channel below because his videos are excellent and they have the most incredible special effects, and then he has his own superhero character in his Dark Voltage after show. So make sure you check that out too. They're very entertaining. They're like my favorite thing on YouTube right now. So it's really cool. The thing about Black Lightning is it's so incredibly realistic. They talk about gangs, they talk about police brutality, they talk about being in school and doing what's best for you. So it's a very realistic TV show and I love that. I love it to death. So that's, you know, just really cool. So as Jefferson was being arrested, his cop friend, Henderson, I think his name is Henderson. I finally figured it out. I always just say, you know, Black Lightning's cop friend. His name is Henderson, I think. Henderson is working behind the scenes and he's trying to figure out why the hell they're trying to pin something on Jefferson, because Jefferson's telling him like, yo, I'm being framed, like this is not real, this isn't me, like I would never do this and that. And he's like, why are you being framed? And the thing is, there are eyes everywhere, there are dirty cops everywhere, so it's like he doesn't really know who he can trust, but he's trying to figure it out. And then when the ASA kind of steps in and they're trying to like take him and move him to like a different police facility, he can't really help, but he's trying to figure out like why all of this is happening, because he doesn't necessarily understand why it's happening, and that's a problem. So we have to watch him also deal with the fact that so many people in his police force are corrupted, and he's trying so hard to help Jefferson, even though they make it seem like they're not that close in this episode and they don't talk about everything in this episode. I was really wondering if Jefferson was gonna go ahead and tell him like, hey, you know, I'm Black Lightning, but he didn't do it. And I feel like the only reason he's doing that is to protect Henderson, because he doesn't want him to have another target on his back, because he already does. Because at the end of the episode, he figures out what's going on and that he is being framed, and he ends up arresting the people that were trying to frame Jefferson. Even though they're like working with the ASA and they've come into a whole bunch of money, he still figures it out cleanly and gets them arrested. So he's doing his job very well, and he becomes the police chief deputy, I don't know, something fancy. And I'm so worried he's gonna die, and I really don't want him to. I want him to last in the show for as long as possible. Do I really know if that's gonna happen? I'm not too sure, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. I love how when Jefferson got arrested, both of his daughters were like, they were just so ready to fight because they love their dad so much, and they both have these powers that, not necessarily that they can't control, but like they have these powers and they love their father and they were willing to do anything for him. You could tell that Anissa was ready to take down those cops, and so was Jennifer, and Jennifer hasn't even really learned how to use her powers yet, but you could tell that she was getting real heated and she was about to be ready to take them down. And Jefferson has to talk both of his daughters down, and he's like, no, you can't do this. I need you to be calm. I need you to take care of my students. I need you to take care of your mom. Like, he talks them both down, and he knows that he can use his powers to get out of this situation, but he's choosing not to, and he wants to handle this in the best way possible without outing himself and his family, because if they find out that he's Black Lightning, more likely than not, they'll know that his children have powers as well. And, you know, Anissa and Black Lightning have been working together, like, in the field. So they would probably figure out that Anissa is also Thunder. So I just felt like he handled it very well, even though they didn't handle it well and they wanted to help and they wanted to stand up for their father. They realized they couldn't, and they followed his rules. So I just felt like it's handled very well. And then we have Lynn, who still considers herself his wife, even though they've been divorced for a few years now. I think 9 years or something like that. They've been divorced a long time, but when she went to the police station to go see him, she was like, I'm his wife. Like, and I love that, because they have been getting very close over this season, and they were talking about trying to get back together, and it's so important to them that they do get back together. So I feel like it's gonna happen like within like the last few episodes, because we know there are only 2 episodes left of this season. Like, it's gotta happen. It's now or never. Black Lightning people, if you're watching, the writers, it's now or never. They gotta have a moment, a spark, a kiss, a very sentimental hug, something. Like, I am at a loss for words. Like, I watched this show with my mom and my sister, And my mom was like, are they back together? Like, what's going on? Like, I haven't seen them kiss, but they really talk like they're still together. And I'm like, I know, that's what's so crazy about it, because they're so comfortable with one another and they're so interested in one another that they're not even looking elsewhere. And the thing is, what they're doing right now is working for them, but I want them to take that next step. I want them to get back together. I think it would be really nice. So when Black Lightning, aka Jefferson, is released, Gabi comes over and they have a slight discussion. Jefferson says that he's not sure if he'll never ever really get over what he found out about Gabi and like how he interacted with his father and things of that sort. But he knows that he needs Gabi on his side, so he's trying to move past it. And Gambi's like, I'm going to do whatever you need me to do. And he's like, I need you to help me get those kids out of those pods and get them home. So they're going to start working towards that, which I'm looking forward to seeing, because I want to know what's going on with these kids. Because earlier in the episode, we see the evil vice principal. She's saying that they can't let any more kids die. And kids are dying in these pods now. That's one thing that I've noticed. In this episode, we see a child who is dead, and one of the scientists is just like, damn it, I don't know what to do. But they're not necessarily doing anything to like fix the actual problem. Like, the problem hasn't been fixed yet. These kids are dying. So they do need to get found, and we need to figure out a safe way to wake them up and to make sure that they're okay, because they're in these suspended tubes for who knows how long, 30 years some of them, while some are very new. Some of them that just are showing off powers from using green light. And I wonder what exactly in someone's DNA makes them get powers. I wonder if they'll ever discuss that. Like, do you have to have a certain like X chromosome or Y chromosome to like make these powers appear? And everyone's powers are slightly different than the other person, so I wonder how it affects like person to person. And that's so interesting, and I can't wait to find out like more about that, and I hope they show that off. So currently the ASA is fooled, and they don't think that Jefferson Pierce is Black Lightning anymore, and he was released from police custody without being sent away to they were gonna take him to like a discluded place and then make him show off his powers, and then they were gonna kill him. And obviously that didn't happen because Black Lightning was spotted while Jefferson was in jail. So they're fooled as of right now. We don't know how long that's going to last, but hopefully for a while. And I just feel like we're not going to deal with the ASA anymore. Like, I hope moving forward, because I did see the commercial for next week's episode. So Tobias hasn't been in any of the episodes lately, which has been kind of hurting my feelings. I like Tobias as a villain, so I wonder what they're going to say this storyline is. If he's just off like recruiting more bad guys, if he's like dealing with the death of his sister. But he's coming back within the next 2 episodes, and Black Lightning and Tobias are going to go head to head. So I feel like we're not going to really worry about the ASA anymore until like next season. I don't know, maybe they'll be able to balance it out, but I'm so ready to see Tobias and his like angel of death next to him, and I'm so ready to see them in a scene again. Like, I didn't realize how thirsty I was for Tobias until I saw him on the commercial, and I was just like, hey, my mans, my boo, my evil, corrupted, hot mess of a boyfriend, there he is. So I'm really excited to see him again. And I can't wait to see what they're gonna end up doing with his character. Like, it's very interesting to me. Like, I don't know how this is gonna play out, but I'm very excited to see what happens. And that's always exciting. When you're excited for a new episode of your show, that's when you know it's a good show. When you're always excited for the new episode. And this episode did not fail me. It was very good. It was very heartfelt, very emotional. They prayed about being thankful over pizza. Like, it had a nice, warm, happy ending. Henderson is chief deputy now. Like, everything's kind of coming together for the fam. So hopefully Tobias doesn't come in and like fuck everybody's shit up, but he probably will, and it's gonna be very fun. I hope you guys like this video. You can like, comment, subscribe if you want to. Guys, I'm going to be completely honest with you. My views have been going down exponentially lately, and they've been going down consistently. I don't know if that's because you guys have stopped watching Black Lightning, or if it's because you guys just don't want to watch my videos anymore, which is fine. But hopefully you guys are still watching the show, supporting the show, because it did just get picked up for a 2nd season. So you guys will be seeing more of me if you do like these videos. And please, like, it really means a lot to me when you like, when you comment, when you subscribe, because it lets me know that you guys really do like the content that I'm putting out. Or if I should put my eggs in more than one basket and stop reviewing like certain shows or like certain things. So I really do like appreciate when you guys like and comment. It's very important to me that you guys do that if you guys are interested in the effort that I'm putting into these videos, or if you want to see something different, like leave a comment and like tell me what you want to see, and I'm more than willing to like try new things. So just leave your comments if you want to. It's all fun and games here, and I'll see you guys next week. Love ya. See ya.